Hey guys, back with Hatebound. I wanted to do another deck tech just because I like this deck so much. I saw it. One of my friends was playing this at the last pre-release I went to in Portland. I'm going to be going to the one in Seattle and just any of the ones on the West Coast because I'm from the West Coast. So, Godo, Bandit, Warlord. He's a legendary human barbarian. When he enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an equipment card and put it onto the battlefield. He has the ability whenever he attacks for the first time, untap him and all samurai you control, and then you get additional combat. So the combo with this guy is if you use him with this card, Helm of the Host. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a token that's a copy of equipped creature, except that token isn't legendary. If it is, that token gains haste. So even if you play Godo and you're somehow able to immediately equip the helm after getting it into the battlefield with his first ability, you can then have the token swing with haste, get an additional combat, untap, get an additional token, have them both swing. So you're always having two Godos swinging at a time, which is really nice because if someone has a blocker, it helps get around that blocker, you know? So, just fun fact. So let's go into the playtest. So here's just one of the hands I drew. So we'll just pretend like we're in a multiplayer pod. Go untap, upkeep, draw. So you have a brass squire. So let's go land into top. Go second turn, untap, upkeep, draw. Land into cold steel heart. Next, untap, upkeep, draw. Let's play brass squire. Leave it at that. Go next turn, untap, upkeep, draw. We're at turn 4. So we should be able to play Godo and win right now. So we'll pay 2 for a desperate ritual, adding 3 mana to our mana pool. We'll then have 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll play Godo. We will look for Helm of the Host, put into play. Tap our brass squire, which says attach target equipment you control to target creature you control. So we'll tap him, equip Helm to Godo, and go to combat. We'll have the Helm go off, creating a token of Godo. I don't know how to make a token on here, so you'll forgive me on that one. Oh, here we go, custom token. Creature 3, 3, 1. Cool. So now we have a Godo token. He will swing. He will gain an additional combat because it's his first time swinging. Untap. Go to second combat. At the beginning of the second combat, you'll create a token. Oh, I can't make another one. So you'll create a second token of this. They'll swing. This token will swing. You'll get additional combat. Now the second token you made, one tap, and then you'll make another token, so on and so forth. So you get it. We have infinite taps, or we have infinite combats on turn 4. So that was a turn 4 win. Now what's some of the other cards that are going to help Godo? Because that 4 cost equip is tough to get. That's the toughest thing to get around. So the deck is all about getting lots of mana really quickly, playing him out of nowhere, and then winning on the turn you play him. So what's some ways we can do that? Well, you have things like, there's a couple routes you can go. You can copy and make a token copy of Godo. When you make a token copy of him, you can use the first resolving ability token, like token ability, for when it comes into play. Look for an equipment that will go on the stack before you have to sacrifice him to a legendary roll. So when you do that, you look for another equipment called, let me just find it real quick. Here we go. Hammer of Nazad. So when this comes into play, it equips to a creature, and whenever another equipment comes into play, it also attaches to target creature you control. So the ability that resolves first, you'll have the token resolve. It'll look for Hammer of Nazan. That will equip to Godo, and then Godo, the original creature, will resolve his ability, and then that will look for Helm of the Host, which will then trigger to equip based on Hammer. So using things like Flame Shadow Conjuring where when a creature enters, you can pay 1 red to make a token copy of it. Using that and some of the other cards in here to make a token copy of Godo gives you the ability to do 2 triggers. What are some other ways to do 2 triggers? You have Panharmonicon, which doubles the trigger, and you also have Strionic Resonator, which doubles the trigger. Some of the other ways you can do it is if you just play a spell or you have something to equip it right away. So Brass Squire, tap to attach target equipment you control to target creature is one way. Another way is an instant, which is Magnetic Theft, attach target equipment to target creature for 1 red, which is really great. And then of course you can just try to make enough mana to pay the 5 to equip to him anyways, although I'm going to say that's going to be hard. But one way you can get around that very quickly in the game is through a creature, treasonous ogre. With treasonous ogre, the sooner you can get him out, the most likely you'll win that turn if no one has responses. So what you'll do is you'll pay for 6 mana for Godo, that's 18 life, so you go down to 22. Then you'll pay 5, you'll need 5 mana for equipping Helm of the Host, which is 15, so you'll go down to 7. But at that point you'll win the game. So, very worth it. If you can get him out turn 1, you win turn 1. That's how amazing it is. Combat Celebrant is a card that can win with Helm of the Host if somehow you can't cast your commander or he's become too expensive and you're still in the game. Combat Celebrant will get you there. You can also run the Sword of Feast and Famine with Aggravated Assault, the enchantment that lets you pay 5 to untap your lands, or pay 5 to get an additional combat, so you can swing with the sword, untap your lands, pay into the Aggravated Assault to get another turn and do it again. So there is that. The rest of the deck is just good mana ramp, some control, some counter magic, and stuff like that. But mostly you're getting into Godo and you're trying to equip him right away, somehow, some way. And that's pretty much it. So if you guys like this video, I'm going to link the DeckTech in the description below. If you have any comments or concerns or questions about the deck or any other decks I've done, or a deck you'd like me to do even, just shoot me a comment. I usually respond right away because I don't get a lot of comments. And so I'm very open and willing to listen and respond. So hope you're all having a good one. Peace.